Hello, hello. Welcome to Wesam's World. I am Wesam Quiche, your host. Thank you for tuning in live to Idobi Radio. Really appreciate you guys. Make sure you tweet at me or the Instagram account at Wesam's World or at Wesam Quiche while you're listening live, or message us on Instagram, and then we will respond back with hugs, kisses, money,
Teslas.
guns.
Oh, okay.
We're getting controversial
That's
already.
we're demonetized.
We're
Talk
already
about guns, it's over.
We're already demonetized. I meant water guns, so
Oh,
maybe
okay,
we're
good.
maybe we're
Good,
okay if I
good,
specify
good.
what type of guns.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, before we do the whole introduction to our guest today, I've got to say, you know how I call myself Primetime on the show. I've got to start calling you now Primetime as well. Now, this is only appropriate,
That's right.
and I can't say what show
Yeah,
yet.
I don't think I'm allowed to because they didn't tell me until yesterday,
Yeah.
which is fun.
So this is appropriate.
This
and
is good.
and I just want to say formally congratulations. on
Thank
the
you.
air. That's really big.
Yeah, I got to try on a leotard the other day for them.
Oh boy.
It was good stuff.
Is there any hints that you can give our listeners what show you'll be on without giving away the show?
I'm not familiar with the show at all.
Okay.
Though, so that's the problem. So like
All
I
right.
couldn't even tease it if I wanted to. All I know is that spooky.
Spooky. Okay.
Spooky.
I'll say this. You say spooky.
Spooky.
I say it has one of the most loyal fan bases ever, and
That's fair, I think. Yeah.
yeah. And season 1 of that show is probably one of my most favorite seasons ever of any television show. When it first came out, it really pushed a lot of boundaries.
Well, maybe I need to watch it now.
Yeah, at least the first season.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. But no, man, that's really exciting, and you get
Thank
to
you.
travel for work.
I
and
do, yeah.
That's
2
awesome.
hours up, but that's still good.
That's
I
still
get a
fun.
hotel.
I know.
Ooh.
Prime time. Prime time, Peyton.
I try.
That's awesome. I made a mistake a couple days ago. I accidentally spilled a bunch of chili flakes on a pizza,
Ooh.
on a whole pizza, like a personal
Ooh.
sized pizza. And I thought to myself, I'll just scrape some of them off, put some ranch on it.
Yeah.
It's edible.
Yeah.
And as I was eating it, it was fine.
Yeah.
The next morning, and following up to today, still,
Yeah. Okay.
my butthole is on fire.
Damn.
Constantly.
Okay.
I ate so many chili flakes.
Damn.
I'm regretting
Okay, so
this.
when was this?
2
Give
days
me
ago.
a timeline. 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Okay, you felt it yesterday.
Yes.
It's still happening today.
Yeah, because I ate it at night, and then the next morning is when I felt it. So I guess it's been like, I guess technically, it's been 2 days since I've actually
Okay.
consumed the pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hopefully by tomorrow, the poops will not be as burny. You guys, that is one of the worst places to be.
No, I feel for you.
Because there's nothing you can do about it except
Correct.
endure.
Correct.
Like prisoners of war, right? They have to endure.
That's true. Are you comparing your hot liquid shits to prisoners of
You
war?
didn't let me finish.
Do I need to?
You know what? No, we'll just save ourselves.
That's
that way we'll
good.
be up in the air.
Guns. Prisoners at war.
Prisoners of war.
Prisoners. That's right. Prisoners at war. We're sending the prisoners to go. That's the new thing.
I like that.
Mhm.
Oh, that.
Yeah. Would you rather serve your life sentence or do we send you to the front lines of war?
Ooh.
I don't
I mean,
know.
that's a pretty easy answer.
That's true.
And a lot of those people probably want to kill.
It's like,
Maybe not a lot.
you know the Suicide Squad?
Yeah,
It's that. We make the Suicide Squad a real thing.
I like this idea.
I know.
Would you want to go to war if you were in prison for life?
Sure. Why not? Sure.
It's a casual.
Yeah. I guess.
Yeah.
Got nothing better to do.
That's true. If you went to prison though, for real.
Okay.
Would you want to be in solitary confinement?
No.
Or you want to be in general population?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, dude, I'll make a clan.
A clan?
Yeah.
Now, be
Not like
careful.
that kind of
be
clan.
Careful.
But like I I don't want to say like a group or a gang, because I don't think that's the right word. You know? I want a clan with a C. With a C.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Just call it a club.
We accept. Yeah, but then we're going to get beat up.
You're going to get beat up if you're called a clan.
No, because people are like, that's cool. Like, you know, like we don't hurt anybody.
Okay.
We're just everybody's friend, you know?
Okay, you're like the Switzerland of the
We're the Swiss.
of the prison world.
Yeah.
I like that.
No one's got a problem with us.
Okay, well, what's this clan called?
The clan.
You know? Okay, wait a minute. I don't think. I really
But with a
don't-
C. It's in parentheses, but with a C.
So you're not
the bottom.
you're still spelling it with a C.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that typed out as well? The clan.
We have a banner. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what does this banner look like?
It's just a nice, solid blue with white text. Very cheaply done.
Okay.
You know, it's nothing too showy, but it's nothing basic either. Because we have a banner. The other groups don't have a banner.
They do. They do.
Do they?
Yeah.
In prison? Where are they printing out banners? Tell me. That's what I'm talking about. I have a banner outside my cell.
Do you think that the prison guards will allow you to
I
have?
bribed them, Wesam.
I thought you don't do anything bad.
That's not bad. It's not bad. What, dude? I bribe him for a banner? Who's that hurting? Nobody. I get a banner. He gets money in his pocket.
This is so thought out. It's concerning.
If I were to ever do a murder,
Yeah.
I have it planned out, like how I would
Okay, please
do
tell
it.
me.
Yeah. You just burn everything. Everybody like throws their shit in the side of a ditch.
Yeah.
Or something. Burn it.
Okay.
Burn it.
Does that work? How do you know this?
Well, I'm just thinking. I've never watched a true crime show
Ah.
where they've done it, and they're like, because they find the evidence always.
Yeah.
There's no evidence if you burn it all.
Right.
This is my thought process. And Mads, my wife, she said the same thing. She's like, yeah, you burn it all.
Okay.
Have you ever watched a true crime show where they go, we couldn't find anything. It looks like they might have burned it all, so we can't, and then it just ends.
Oh, no, I've never seen a true crime show like that.
Exactly.
The best piece of murdering and hiding a body advice that I've ever heard that makes sense was the fact that they're like, if you're going to bury a body in the woods, make sure it's 6 feet down and only like 2 feet wide.
Right.
That way they're not looking for a long, like pile of dirt that's,
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
right?
but they still also bury it like, I swear, they dig like a 1 foot hole and then toss some dirt on the top, and the next thing you know, a hand's sticking out of the ground. They're like, we found it.
Right.
Criminals don't think, man.
No. Also, they said make sure you kill, or like if you find like a decomposing animal, to put it over the hole. That way it throws off the scent of the other
Gotcha.
dogs and everything like that.
Okay.
So I was like, that's kind of
That's very interesting.
That's very clever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, if I'm a suspect for a case where everything got burned,
Yeah.
I'm in trouble.
I wouldn't rat on you, but this episode would be pretty
I know
damning
this would be
evidence.
pretty damning evidence.
Yeah. And then you would go to prison,
That's
start
true.
the clan.
Start my clan.
We're full circle.
I know. I get my banner.
Are you going to have it pre-made so that way you can just ship it to yourself in prison?
No. I have to bribe the guard, and he has to go make it for me. I can't have this stuff pre-made.
You're going to make the guard make your banner?
Dude, I will pay him out the ass.
Okay. With your primetime money?
Yes.
Oh, boy. How are we on time?
We got 1 more minute.
All right. I think it's time. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest today is a stud. He smells great, has great hair. We were actually debating before you came in whether you had a beard or not, and I couldn't remember.
He's got scruff.
He's got scruff.
We were right.
Yeah. And he has a show on Idobi Radio Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern time, called The Nick Major Show. He also does news for Idobi Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Nick Major right after this break. Nick Major's back on the show.
That's right. Woo!
How late did you stay up last night?
I was up till about 4 a.m. last night. Can't complain. You know, the world's opening back up out here in LA. Bars are popping, masks are dropping, and I am just excited to be back out there. That was good. I came up with that on the spot, and I'm going to go ahead and just copyright that because that was awesome.
Bars are open, and what?
Bars are popping, and masks are dropping. We already forgot what it is.
No, that's good. That's good, though.
We already congrats on by the way. Was I right?
Yeah.
Oh!
We have to bleep it out.
Cover my mouth too so you can't hear it, but god damn I'm good. That was good.
30 seconds in and I got work to do.
I know.
Hey, I made it nice and early on so you can just cut it out.
That was actually a really good guess.
That was
That's on me.
No, our guests were so vague.
yeah, you know, when I heard leotard, I figured it was that or the Olympics because those are coming up this summer, and I wasn't sure which one it would be, but I was right. Now you guys know, but not really because we beeped that out. So sorry.
I know. You're back in acting class too.
I am, and it feels good. I'm determined to hit acting hard this year because it's something I've always kind of slacked on, but because I've always been distracted with other things in my life going on, but now I'm like I got to really hit that hard. So I'm excited.
How big is the class?
Person-wise,
Yeah.
there's like 15 kids in there.
Square feet.
I don't even know how to guesstimate square feet.
I still don't either. How many did you say?
15-ish?
15? Okay, that's not bad. It's a 3-hour class-ish?
2 hours.
2 hours, that's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
That's the perfect amount for that many people. Are you doing scene studies or is it like other work as well?
So what we did, mostly it's like audition technique and stuff because that's one thing that I really need to work on myself.
Yeah.
So that's what we've been mostly doing. Last week, we all brought in self-tape auditions that we've been working on, and our teacher critiqued them because he's kind of letting us know that's the way auditions are for now, and he wouldn't be surprised if the game's kind of changing in regards to, yes, in-person auditions are going to come back, but now that a lot of established stuff has been based off of this past year, that we can expect to potentially see self-tape auditions being the way of the future, which I know you're not the biggest fan of.
No, and I think I told you on your show last week where an EP friend of mine was telling me how frustrating it is because they're casting people off their tape and they're not being in the room and they realize, oh, this person's not as directable as I thought they were.
Yeah, which is very true. But do you think it's going to stick? Do you think they're going to change that?
Now that things are coming back, I think they're wanting people in the rooms. As convenient as it is to have self-tapes come in, I don't think they're going to get the best possible
results.
Yeah,
and candidates for the roles.
Think about it. I mean, okay, yeah, you have to be in the room, you have to film it yourself, etc. That sucks, but what if somebody comes in and they just need to be tweaked a little bit, like, hey, like it's actually this way. Oh, okay, cool. Or somebody comes in and they do something different, or somebody comes in that you're like really excited for and then they just freeze up and you're like, oh, okay, well, they're not ready for this right now.
And that's where it's tough because what you can send a couple takes with self tapes, but you can't get the direction there. Once it's gone and sent off, it's done.
No, yeah, absolutely. I had my first commercial audition in a while. I haven't gone out commercially just because I was pausing that, and I forgot how specific commercial auditions are with the direction, what things they need you to do in. Have you ever gone to one of those commercial auditions where they're like, okay, when you say this line, take a beat, look here, then think to yourself, then I want you to walk here.
So piece by piece, they know exactly what they want.
Exactly. Have you ever gone into one of those?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God, Nick. It is one of the most, if you're not ready for it, it's going to give you anxiety. It's a train wreck waiting to happen. I've had those auditions where casting director comes out and he's like, guys, you have to listen to what I am saying. And they're like, we're like, dude, we're trying.
Sorry.
We're trying, but like, even if you're giving like, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this. Okay, they're like, okay, walk in, you're happy, look here, act like you're looking for something, and you didn't quite find it, but then turn around, step there on that mark, look over here, say this line to your buddy, but make sure you don't say it this way, say it that way, then come back around and there's like 3 more steps added to that.
That you just found out as you're walking in the room.
Not only that, they're explaining this to everybody, like 20 people at once, and then you're like 7th down the line.
You forgot by then?
Oh, and you're like, okay, do I go in at this point and do this or do this, or so you have to focus.
Maybe I won't do this whole acting thing actually.
No, you
Never
gotta do
mind.
it.
Never mind.
You'd be good. Do you do clean shaven for commercials or for acting, or is it just the
I
scruff
sure
as
would.
Well? Okay.
But because like I said, I've never dove hard enough into it apart from my own productions. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty fresh to where I'm starting off now
Yeah.
in regards to that. But I'll shave it all. I'll do whatever I need to. I'm more than happy to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like being clean shaven just because I don't really have a really full beard.
Me neither.
And also it's so much more marketable and easy to maintain just a clean shaven look.
I never liked
constantly.
using like the. It all started with me just having more scruff because I don't like the shaving cream with the razor because it always made my skin like break out.
Oh.
Just because it would I'd get like ingrown hairs on my face and stuff, and then so I just started doing like a little stubble, and then I just get lazy and it grows out a bit. But I do look a lot younger when I do that, when I just shave it all off. So maybe I'll try it out.
Yeah. I definitely recommend that. Were you the thing you were at yesterday? It was Fish's thing. Fish's
Yeah,
birthday
yeah,
party.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Went nice and late. It was on the rocks down in Hollywood. Machine Gun Kelly with Megan Fox were there because they're
wow.
like the little power couple going around right now. So it was packed. I was there last week as well on the rocks. Have you ever been there? It's
No.
the Roxy. It's like a well-known concert venue out here in LA.
Yeah.
This is like the bar above it.
Oh, okay.
And it is so dark and so loud and so hot, and even worse when you're sober because I'm not drinking. So it's barely tolerable, but it feels good to be back in an open world.
It does. It does. I feel at those type of events that I want to
Kill yourself. Me too. And that's what I was hoping Peyton could help take care of and then just burn my body after. I'm kidding. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend anybody.
No, I feel like I want to say hi to everybody at first, but when things start getting really heavy or if like there's a lot of drinking involved, for some reason I'm like, oh, I'm not really participating and I don't feel like getting this crazy with a bunch of strange people right now. And I start going, okay, I think I'm just going to slip out. Right.
Just going to hang
now.
by myself for a bit. But Brett came out. Brett
Brett- oh,
Davern.
nice.
Yeah. And I know Fish was posting about it all on social. I don't know if you saw it or not.
Mhm.
But I noticed you weren't there. So I just thought that was kind of rude. But
Yeah.
it's cool. You don't like
Really-
fish.
It was really late. I was there in spirit.
It was really late. I'll tell you that. My body's not ready for that still. Because last weekend I had a late weekend. This weekend I did. And I'm
Yeah.
just dead the next day. Like, I feel like I've taken a year off. Like, my body's just like, what are you doing, dude? This is crazy. But it feels good.
Yeah.
Got to see a lot of familiar faces that I haven't seen in a long time. Just in, like, the Warped Tour music world that I've been a part of for so long. So
Nice.
it was good to see familiar faces. But it was packed. It always gets to the point where you can't even walk through it because it's just so many people.
Ah.
So if one person there has COVID, hey, guys, I'm not wearing a mask. Hope you're vaccinated.
You're vaccinated, right?
No, shit. Yeah, I am.
No, okay. Who
I am.
knows? I mean, I don't know at this point.
No, I
Anyway,
really am. Are you?
I think so.
You think you're vaccinated?
Yeah.
They shot you with something.
I mean, who knows? If I were going to go into conspiracy theory, I'm kidding. I'm not going to do conspiracy.
We'll get that flat Earth guy back on here.
Dude, Machine Gun Kelly, I saw something, and I know I'm very late to the game. He had like a a rap beef with Eminem. This was like years ago.
Yeah, it was a
right?
couple years ago because he tried to call Eminem out in a song, and then Eminem put out obviously a much better diss track to him.
Yeah, I rewatched the video of it, and then Eminem's reply to it, and I'm just like, I don't like what sparked it all. He mentioned his daughter's name. And
Yeah,
something?
yeah.
Okay.
Haley, I think is her name.
Yeah.
And I remember that's one thing that makes me feel so old is like when I was growing up, Eminem always had like this little girl that was like in his music videos, like pictures of her or something, talking about his daughter. And now, I don't remember how old she is, but now she's just like this very attractive young adult, I believe.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, shit, she's not like this little kid anymore. And now MGK's beefing about him with raps. But everyone does say that it ruined his career so much, MGK, which I won't say it did. If you're watching this, Kels, what's up, bro? But like, cause his next album was pop punk. So they're like, he just got right out of the rap game after Eminem took a stab at him and he dropped a pop punk album because he just knew he was done. But I know that guy's always loved pop punk. And
Yeah.
it was a great album, Tickets to My Downfall. It was awesome.
He has such an interesting. First of all, I'm not really familiar with his music, but did he come from like hard rock or from pop rock?
I think he came kind of like from the Warped Tour type music and stuff. Like from
Okay.
kind of like the pop punk, because that's why he came out with the pop punk album, for example. But I'm guessing he grew up with a big influence of that and the rap stuff, and then took the one path, and now he's much more on the pop punk path. Because like Travis
Yeah.
Barker was the drums on his latest album. Well, Travis Barker's the drums on every single song you ever hear anymore. It's crazy. The dude is on like every song, but
his conditioning is amazing.
It is.
And watching him play and train for playing the drums is...
Oh, yeah.
I can't believe he's still able to do it, too, after that crazy
Plane crash.
I
know, back in 2008, I think that was. And so Blink-182 has been my favorite band for my entire life. And I remember it was like a Saturday morning, I think. My dad, I was like sleeping on the couch because I was watching TV the night before, and he woke me up and he's like, you're not going to like this, but come check this out. And it was like the news story about the plane crash. And then this week, the big news, Mark Hoppus has cancer. So fuck.
Dude, I was going to bring that up, and then this thing has been coming into my head more and more. You know, whenever we've watched these singers and actors. And
you really pronounce the G when you say singers.
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 Singers?
I just
Is that
say
weird?
I say singers.
Singers.
Yeah, singers.
What did I say?
Singers. You're really just dropping that hard G in there, but
yeah. Uh-oh. Is that a...
Maybe we'll need to do a tally of who says it how. Is it singer or singer?
Singer.
Singer.
I have no...
Is it singer or singer? Tomato or tomato? Oops.
Singer or singer?
That's fucking funny.
What you were saying? So we've seen these musicians throughout the years.
So these actors and musicians that we've grown up with in high school and college, and we're seeing them get older now.
That's what makes me feel old. Back to the Haley comment about Eminem, like about his daughter growing up. But like even these musicians, like Blink-182. When I first listened to them, when they were in like all over the radio back in like the early mid 2000s, and then seeing them now, I'm just like, shit, time is going by.
Yeah, and then I'm always waiting for those days where I put on Twitter or I'm on a website looking at the news, and it's like, oh, one of my favorite podcasters is dead now, or comedians that I've been listening to over the years, like Bert Kreischer, for instance, or Tom Segura.
Oh, I love Tom Segura.
Oh my gosh, have you heard their podcast, Two Bears, One Cave?
I see it pops up videos of it a lot on my TikTok. There's like video versions of it.
Okay, Nick, that show has had me crying, laughing to it. That and Chris D'Elia's Congratulations podcast, those two.
You're allowed to listen to him?
What do you mean?
I thought he was canceled.
Oh, you know what? We've talked about this on the show so many times, but I'll bring it up again. He's brought up stuff, like the evidence to show that he's innocent from doing all that stuff. But
no, I read into it, and it does seem
okay.
like that. It seemed like he got... we don't need to dive into it, but it definitely seemed like a situation to where the full extent of things that actually happened got blown out of proportion at the start.
Way blown out of proportion.
Yeah.
Anyway, that and the Two Bears, One Cave. And then, no, just going back to thinking about it, because they were mentioning, like, oh my gosh, I probably lived to only 70 because they live these insane... He drinks so much, and he's, like, super unhealthy.
Segura?
Kreischer. Bert Kreischer.
I'm not too familiar with him.
Okay. Yeah, he's super unhealthy, and I'm like, man, that's going to be super sad whenever we're in our 40s or 50s. All these people that we've...
Who are 20, 30 years older than us or something, 20?
Yeah, they're probably going to start dying off pretty fast at that point, if we're lucky to live that long.
Last week, it was literally last week, I was upstairs with Katie LeClaire, Tommy, and Maddie, and we were all going around, and we're like, what's like a celebrity, and if you like heard they died, like that's the one that's really going to hit you hard. And the one that I said is, if any of the members from Blink-182 ever like died, that's the one that I would be like, holy shit. And then Mark Hoppus, I have a strong feeling that man is not dying from this, that he's in treatment and it's hopefully going all well. But just like that, hearing that a couple days later, I was just like, oh my God. And it all kind of comes back to this conversation of, I guess there is that point to where all the people that you looked up to when you were older, like Tommy, he said like when any of the Jackass guys die, which we talked about Jackass briefly on my show last week.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's just that pocket, there's just always those people that you're going to be like, wow. That person passed away. And then there's just the shock ones that always happen, like Heath Ledger, which nobody expected, and Cameron Boyce. So it's just...
Oh, my gosh, yeah. Those... it's so shocking because it really shakes your world, and then it makes you start getting a little existential, introspective, and thinking about your own mortality.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that made me realize I need to really start hitting acting hard, too, is just how fast time goes by.
Yeah. And
I'm like, that's one thing I've always truly wanted to do more than, like, anything, but I have pursued so many other things in life, from like interviewing stuff and all that. But now I'm like, God, I can't believe like I've been in LA for 9 years, which blows my mind. So I'm like, I just got to finally, before all the time goes by, because years go by quick. We were just in a shutdown for the last year. And I was just like, I hope people take that to realize it's so easy to not do anything for a year. And before you know it, You'll be one of the dead people that people are looking back on and being like, wow, I can't believe Wesam Quiche is dead.
Yeah. And then be like, oh, well, I'm going back to my Instagram.
Yeah. Like, oh, that's too bad. Back to TikTok.
Man, that's great that you're taking advantage of it. And this is kind of like a wake-up call almost to, take those chances you want to take and do the things you want to do. Because regret is one of those most horrible feelings.
Oh, yeah. And that'll
that you can have
eat
in
you
life.
up. That'll put you down depression hole, I feel like, if you just like thinking about what I could have done, what I should have done.
Oh my gosh. As dangerous of a gamble as it was to become an actor, I'm really glad I took it. Even though it's not secure and everything, there was a moment last week where I was like, I can't work in corporate America.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot. I was
And
watching
that's good.
something
Fair enough.
and I was like, I would have been a totally different person. I would have been a miserable human being to be around if I never did acting or I never pursued it and I just stayed in corporate America.
Yeah, I could have never done just like my family, like the typical jobs that they do, just the 9-to-5 stuff. I could have never done that. That's why I came to LA, because I was like, I want to do something in entertainment, something fun. So at least we all made those moves.
Yeah.
Including Peyton.
Yeah. It's paying off for Peyton right now, which is great.
I know, because he's on beep. That was me censoring out because I guessed it, because I'm incredible.
I'm really excited to hear more about what's going on with your acting, and I'd love to hear some updates. Whenever after the weeks have gone by, and see what strides you've been making, because I always love talking about that stuff. And again, you're more than welcome to come join me and my buddy on a Sunday.
Yeah, keep me posted with that. Hit me up, or I'll even hit you back, because I will have that in my mind, because I want to be doing stuff as much as possible. That's why I'm trying this year. I want to go to every single event for the most part that I'm invited to. Nice. I want to go to anything acting related I'm invited to that I can be a part of, because being locked in the last year, I realized I did get in a habit before the pandemic of just being like, I'm going to stay home tonight. I don't want to go to this. I don't want to go to that. But then I was thinking about time going by, about living in LA. You're only young once. And I was like, shit, you never know what opportunities you pass up in LA by not going to a party, who you could meet there that could change your life. So count me in for Sundays after church. I don't go to church.
I think the excitement of, since we've been locked in, everybody's going to be definitely doing every single event for a while
until everyone gets sick of it again. And they're like, well, we're back at it, but I'm determined to not. So we'll see if I stick to it.
We'll see. It's so funny that when I saw the time on there, I was like, oh, I'll see if I'm energetic. Around 8, I was like, I'm sleepy.
Oh, I'm getting into bed.
Yeah, because I've been waking up at around 6 every morning.
Nice. You going for the walks, the hikes, the runs?
Not yet. I'm getting my body used to, again, waking up early, and then I will start doing the runs again once I'm acclimated to that. But I have been running every single day, or at least walking. My hip has been killing me, so it's getting better. But at least walking a mile every day or two.
Yeah, that's good. It's good to get back in it. But then a night like last night for me just throws my whole sleep schedule off, and then
it's rough.
I hate everything.
Yeah, it's so freaking tough. Those first few days of trying to wake up early again. Mm-hmm. It's the worst, man.
But I'm sticking at it. There is like nights like last night, but I've been doing it like for 3 months. But I'm waking up at like 8, so not 6. 6 is a little too early for me.
Yeah.
But it's good. Running every day. But I didn't run today. And then I was thinking, I'll run after we do this today. But just walking from my car to here, I was like, it is hot outside right now. Yeah. That's another reason I like to wake up early, because it's so nice to beat the heat, especially in the summertime. But I always do run with my shirt off, try to even that tan out. So I hope you take my note of that.
I don't do that yet. I'm not as good looking as you.
That's what I waited like weeks. I was like, I need to get down to this weight before I take my shirt off.
Yeah.
Or else I'm just going to be like a flabby mess running around.
I'm at that point now. Look how white my thighs are.
Okay. You're throwing off the white balance here. The lights are really reflecting that off to me. Peyton, are we looking okay? Wow. You've washed me out.
I bet your thighs are so white, Peyton.
Pop your pants off real quick. Let's check this out. Whoa, you have a really small penis. That was interesting.
Don't tell him on air. Tell him what show I'm in. Tell him my dick size.
Well,
no secrets here.
You do go by Little Pee-Pee, remember?
That's fair. You know what? You got me.
I didn't know you were a rapper. That's interesting.
Little Pee-Pee. Little Pee-Pee. Yeah, but Blink-182 is not making music anymore as a band, right?
They are.
They still are.
Yeah, so Tom DeLonge isn't in the band anymore. And he used to be, obviously, the guy who did, like, All the Small Things, First Date, so many of their big songs. But he left a couple years ago. The band first broke up back in 2005, and then they were broken up for 4 years, for 5 years, until Travis Barker got in his plane crash, and then they reunited, and then they went on some tours. They released an album, they released an EP, and then Tom DeLonge left again, and then they brought in a guy named Matt Skiba, who's the frontman of Alkaline Trio, which is a very good rock band, and so they released 2 albums with Matt Skiba, I think, and they're still doing stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it because Tom DeLonge is doing that
Angels
UFO?
he has Angels and Airwaves, which is one of his bands.
Yeah.
That's his main band project, but he does obviously do a lot of UFO stuff as well.
Yeah.
Which he's always been a fan of.
You know, did you listen to his episode with Joe Rogan?
No, I didn't even know he did one with Joe Rogan.
Oh my God.
Maybe I'm not
and
a fan.
This is before all the UFO stuff.
declassified stuff. And
Bro, you need to go listen to that today and let me know what you think of it, because when you're listening to it, you're like, this guy's off the rails right now. There is no way any of what he's saying is true. And then
spoke too soon. I remember when emails leaked from like the Hillary Clinton campaign,
Yeah.
and then like one of her state official people was like emailing Tom DeLonge like about UFO stuff, and when that leaked, everyone was like, wait a sec, maybe he's not too crazy. Hold on a second, maybe there's some merit to this.
also the UFO thing that just got released by
Like
the
2
US
days
government.
ago or something?
Yeah, like okay, they declassify. It's like a report on UFOs,
Yeah.
which now they're calling them air phenomena or something like that. Which that's what Tom DeLonge would call them on the.
And everyone's like,
Joe-
what's he saying?
Yeah,
That's
like,
ridiculous.
Okay, this is too much. Just call them UFOs. No, the report was just like, we don't know what these things are.
Amen.
That's what it is.
Do you think that the government is hiding the existence of aliens or UFOs?
I'll say this: they're hiding something. There's no way that they're telling us everything.
Yeah, they're hiding my taxes. Where the fuck is my money going? I have to pay for my own health care. I have to.
This guy.
But I believe that there's another life form in the galaxy, obviously. First off, if you ever just sit back and think about how big the galaxy is, it is so mind-blowing. Like, it's like that we are on the tiniest little pebble that is just... Have you seen... There's, like, YouTube videos where it, like, starts, like, with a cell in a body, and then it keeps growing out, and then it shows the person and the city, the state, the world, the solar system, and it's just like, wow. It's like we can't wrap our heads around how big space is in the galaxy. So there's obviously a life form out there. But with the amount of shit that gets leaked and that the government can't keep to themselves, and like with the independent projects that have stuff going out in space and researching their own stuff, I just think that if there were aliens that ever visited Earth, someone else would have picked up on it. It's like that's the one thing the government's been able to keep a complete secret from all of us, like that big of a thing to where an alien could just land in a city somewhere, or to where anybody could use like SpaceX, or like Elon Musk could be putting stuff out there to try to find it. But somehow the government's managed to keep that under wraps. I just don't buy that. But that's me personally.
That's very interesting, because it's there's no way that if that stuff existed that they would, like, let's say they have made contact with alien life.
Which they tell it, they when they go to Mars or this or that, they always tell us if there's a chance of life. They're like, yeah, look, we found water here. There could have been life X amount of years ago. Because places like NASA and the space people, I feel like that's what they're eager to do. But go on.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I feel that they are trying. They if they contact the aliens, they wouldn't tell everybody about it. It would just cause too much
Hysteria.
chaos. I don't think we're ready for it. Look at our country right now. You think we'd be okay? We're like, hey, we got aliens too, guys. Stop being racist for 2 seconds.
Because we got a whole different breed of aliens. But I think people could handle it okay. But I know that a lot of people say that. They're like, if we found out there were aliens, it would just cause like this and that. I
think so?
I think people would be okay with it. Because what happens if they do go find a very small microorganism life on Mars, which is not nearly the same. That is not like an alien life form. But they wouldn't hesitate to tell us. But how do you think the U.S. government, out of all the things that have leaked, how would the one thing that they've somehow always kept private is their contact with aliens? Everything leaks in the government.
Everything?
Every single thing has ever leaked. No, obviously not. But do you think aliens have ever visited the planet?
No, I don't think that there's necessarily aliens how we envision them outside. I think all these spacecraft and stuff, I have my own theory on all this stuff. One of the things that I'm going to explain right after the break is, did you listen to the Bob Lazar episode with Joe Rogan?
Fun fact, I've never seen a Joe Rogan podcast.
Okay. Well, the Bob Lazar one is really fun to listen to, and the one with Tom DeLonge is really...
I will definitely listen to that one.
But the Bob Lazar, he's the guy who is the most detailed UFO story where the U.S. government brought him onto the secret bunker to reverse engineer this UFO technology and a UFO. And it's the most intense UFO podcast I've ever listened to in my life.
I'll check it out.
Yeah. There's more that I'm going to say about that right after the break. So, in the Bob Lazar episode on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, Bob Lazar talks about how he was hired by the U.S. government to reverse engineer this alien technology. And one of the things he worked on was this spherical thing with like a small disc. It was about this big. And whenever they'd activate it, it was producing gravity waves. And so he couldn't touch it. Like if this was it, this right here.
It would just be a force around it.
Yeah,
almost.
he's like, I can't. And then if they activated it even more, it would levitate.
Because the gravity would just be
Insane stuff. And so, before I forget, he saw 9 or something different crafts like that. And then one of them, he said, came from an archeological dig.
dick, like
A dig.
peanut. Oh, okay.
A dig.
So they found something that was
Yeah.
old.
Yeah. So they found it in an like it was thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago. This thing was in there. So, are you familiar with the Bhagavad Gita, which is the Hindu epic?
No.
Okay, this is written thousands of years ago, and it talks about these crafts that fly in the air, and they're having wars with each other. And these people would call them the gods and everything like that. And they talk about this spacecraft technology.
And they depicted them in like hieroglyphics and stuff, I think, like back
Right.
in the Egyptian era and stuff.
Not just Egyptian, also in the Mayan, archaeological digs as well. So I'm thinking maybe we had some really advanced technology from thousands of years ago. And these people, this is going to sound so freaking crazy.
You can
Oh my God, I don't even know if I
theorist.
want to say it because I know it's insane. And I'm not saying it's real. I'm saying it's a theory.
Sounds like
right?
you believe it to me.
Lizard people. No, I'm kidding. Could you imagine?
But hear me out.
No, I honestly think that it's maybe, yeah, this is just ancient technology from thousands of years ago that we've had.
It would be interesting to know if any of that was real, to be able to go back in time and to see what was witnessed or what actually, if that was thousands of years old. Because when I hear like alien technology, like if this guy's reverse engineering it, because I remember I had a high school teacher and his grandfather worked on like the Roswell case or something like that. And one time he was asking his grandpa about it and he was like, yeah, it was alien, but when we say alien, we just mean foreign, and it doesn't mean like alien from outer space. It just means it's from like a foreign country or something. So like my first thought when you said that was just like, oh, he was reverse engineering alien technology. That's that high school experience that I had. I was just like, so was it just technology from another country that he was calling alien?
No, he specifically mentions what you're speaking about. He's like, there's no way that any other country had this kind of technology because they would have just completely decimated the entire world with it.
Isn't it crazy to think about like
Decimated.
how long like the galaxy and stuff has been around, and to think that there's probably civilizations that have spawned, evolved, had civilizations like this, and then gone extinct. They'll never be known about. We'll never know about them. There's probably some right now going on that are doing the exact same thing.
Look at our civilizations on Earth that's happened to. So I wouldn't be surprised if that is. Listen, I honestly don't. At the end of the day, I don't know. There might be alien life on other planets. There might not be. I don't know though. But we really don't know until we find some.
Space
proof
is
of
too
it.
big. I think space is too big. I don't think we'll ever find another like planet with life forms on it. Like
I don't think
like
we know
this.
enough about space to even make that for sure thing. Just because something is that big and massive.
Well, me,
doesn't
a
equal-
non-scientist who's not trained at all in this field, I will agree or disagree, depending on facts. So think about that.
No, but do you know what I mean? Like there's so much about space we don't even 100% know for sure. Just the fact that it's so massive is mind blowing.
Yeah, because I used to, as a kid, try to think about that. I was like, so what's outside of space? Of like it ends, and I'm just like, I guess it goes on forever, but we can't comprehend that something goes on forever almost, because it feels like something always has to have an end. But just thinking about something that goes on forever is so weird.
Yeah, and you've probably heard of this before, and it's a common thing that's mentioned in the scientific community and on Instagram posts and everything like that. But one of the most fascinating first facts you hear about space is the fact that the stars we see in the sky,
how old they are,
and they're actually already dead. Because of the amount of time it takes for light to get to us. Like, huh?
I know. That's crazy.
What?
Space.
That alone is.
It just shows you.
It's hard to put into words what it makes me feel. It makes me feel small.
It makes me feel horny, and
yeah.
I mean, shit.
You're the type of guy who likes those porns where the woman is a giant, then, and it just picks you up.
Yeah, we've talked about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just drops you in her because she's so big. You just fall in. It's like a crevasse on a mountainous slope.
I gotta ask you this. This is really personal, and since you're going on a cleanse and everything like this, are you looking at porn as well, or are you keeping it a sexual free?
Oh no, it's not sexual free zone at all.
Okay.
Not that kind of cleanse. Come on.
I just asking. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I'm porning it up.
Yeah. All right.
And you? How's your porn experience been going, boys? Are we doing good, guys?
Woo! Well, we started an OnlyFans.
Oh.
Peyton and I.
Doing great.
Dude, nice. You can show off that fiery butthole.
I know. Oh my gosh.
Dude, I bet there's a niche market for that, of people who just love to see people poop in pain. # poop pain.
Hashtag poop pain. Yeah, probably. Yeah, more than likely.
# fire farts. It's gonna be.
What's the weirdest stuff you've seen?
Porn?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I don't even know. I can't even think of where to begin. The weirdest. Because when you're looking at porn, you'll just come across something that you're never actually going to watch, or something that you'll never admit that you actually ended up watching, and then you regret it to this day, and you think, how the fuck did I watch that? What was I thinking? I don't know, though. I'm trying to think of like some of the weirdest stuff I've seen.
I'm just amazed at the categories.
Yeah, there's categories for everything. That's why I'm thinking. And the stuff that you just stumble upon when you're browsing is incredible.
The tags.
The tags,
like, bro. There's so much of it. There's so much porn.
But have you ever seen like?
So insane if you think about how much porn there is. It's like space.
It's never ending. It's always expanding. But like have you ever seen like the comments on the videos though? I always get a kick out of like because people can leave comments on porn videos. I'm like, why would you do that first off? But like they're like, damn, you're so hot. Like I'd love to blah 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 blah. And I'm just like, you're fucking weird. Like you're just sitting there talking to the okay.
You make a really good point. I could see other porn accounts trying to comment on other porn videos to get viewership.
Yeah, hyping up their friends or something, or like check out my new video.
Yeah.
I just put a fist in my butt.
But to comment maybe on the quality, or have you seen ones?
Yeah, be like, that was great lighting. I really appreciated that.
Or like the mean ones too. There's some mean porn comments.
Yeah, I know. I've received some in person from girls.
Yeah, that's rough, man.
Yeah.
Are you back? Are you back in the dating game, or just focusing on?
Oh no, that is no interest to me right now.
Yeah.
Because I've been single for like a month now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all the more reason and time for me to focus on just acting and being sober and working out all the time.
Yeah. You seem happy. You seem very happy.
Thanks, man. I'm trying. No, it was it's definitely a change, a shift, because I was in a 2.5-year relationship.
Yeah.
So it's definitely an adjustment, and it's right as the world's opening back up. So I feel like that's good, because I feel like enduring a breakup during a pandemic would suck, especially if you're forced to stay inside by yourself with your thoughts all the time. But time. I've always said, as I said earlier, I knew I was going to start going out all the time when quarantine started, when it finished rather. And that's what I'm doing. And then just adding that with acting classes, working out daily, being healthy. I'm like, you know what? I'm distracting myself in all the good ways instead of just being able to kind of sit back and be sad about heartbreak stuff.
Yeah. That's really good.
So it's good. Yeah. And I'm just, yeah. So now I'm totally freed up. My dog died last year. My girlfriend left me this year, so I'm just focusing on me now. So let's fucking act, baby.
That's as crazy as this is gonna sound. This is all gonna help with acting.
It is, and that's why I think I've been so able to kind of positively move forward from it. Because with any relationships, there's ups and downs, and there's potentially moments things that hold you back from doing this or that, or just distractions. So I'm now really going full tilt boogie. Is that the term?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever said that out loud.
Yeah.
So I'm going full tilt boogie. But I'm happy with that because I feel like because then it's all coming back to me. I can't use anything else as an excuse to not be focusing on me. I got a dog at home. I can't do this tonight. I'd rather do this with my girlfriend, so I can't do that. Now it's like if I'm not doing that, it's on me. If I'm not working out, that's on me. If I'm drinking and slipping up on that, that's on me. If I'm not submitting to auditions, which is good. It's good to hold yourself fully accountable. And when there's no other distractions, I feel like you can really do that.
Yeah. I'm curious to see at some point some of your acting and see how you tune into grounding yourself into a scene and living in the moment in it to see what kind of creativity that you express yourself in that way in. Because, I'm just very curious to see what that will look like.
I'm very hopeful to get on a set at some point and do some good stuff because that's exciting to me. Like knowing that you've been on like professional real sets for like legit stuff. The day that I do that, I will be I'll be like, fuck, this is cool.
Yeah.
Like this is awesome and exactly what I've wanted to do. So
it is cool.
I will share your excitement in that when it happens.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to make it happen. So
you will.
I'm excited.
For sure. Especially if you're continuing to stay in acting classes and soaking all that stuff up.
Yeah.
I looked up your teacher and I was like, oh, that's awesome. That's great. It wasn't the same teacher I was thinking.
Yeah,
of.
when you mentioned the other class, because his old spot was in the same area. You said on Vineland.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. And then you were like, oh.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, no.
It was some other teacher, but that's fine. No, it was, I'm really, really excited. And I can't wait for you to see how me and my buddy work on Sundays whenever we give each other scenes or we're working on a.
Yeah, and are you guys still doing that every Sunday?
Yeah.
Because I can't this Sunday. I got family coming into town. But even if next weekend, if you guys are doing that, I would love to drop in because I really want to immerse myself with people. That's why I was so excited about acting class too. And like I followed all the kids in my class online, all the people, because I really want to surround myself with more people who are just in that realm and in that world.
Yeah.
And it's intimidating, but it's fun because those people are so good. I was like watching them and I was like, whoa, you guys are good. They're all talking about like the Netflix shows that they're doing and like the movies that they're booking. And I'm just like, check out my TikTok, guys. It's crazy. I did this on a TikTok video, but
it's very good that you're actually around working actors in the class.
Yes.
Because being in a class when
no one's working.
Yeah, or no one's good, that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
So you got a lot to soak up with and seeing how.
And it's motivating and intimidating in a good way.
Yeah.
Like after my first class, when I realized how good they all were, I was like, oh shit, but in a good way. Because I was like, I am very happy to be with this because it's going to make me want to up my game to be able to be as stoked with shit as they are.
Have you heard of Uta Hagen, Respect for Acting?
No, you know so many strange words that are like about things. You're like, have you heard of the bunde ba habadaba? It's this thing. But tell me about the ubahaba or whatever you just said.
Uta Hagen's an acting teacher, and her book Respect for Acting is the first acting book I got in college. And she has a wonderful structural system for acting and scene study, and one of the foundational principles which I highly recommend for every beginning actor is do the 9 questions. It's like, who am I? Where am I? What time is it? What do I want? What do I do to get what I want? What's in my way? What happens if I don't get what I want, etc. And these 9 questions you fill out with great detail. I'm talking about as much detail as you can get from the script, what your character says about yourself, what other characters say about your character, and what the author says about your character, and just fill it out as completely as possible. Write it out. And it helps you start getting into the mind and imagining the world of which this scene or this show that you're doing takes place in. And it kind of sets up the foundation and the skeletal work for the house that you're building, basically.
How often do you do that? Do you do that with all your auditions, or do you wait till you book something? Or
no, like in college, that's how you approached every single scene that we did in there.
And do you take that into the real world?
Yeah,
Or
but I don't write it out.
do you
now.
kind of more have it in your head?
It's all in my head
Yeah.
Now. But that helped out so much in the beginning because a lot of what we're doing is like imagination. And so
Imagining.
I can say imaginating. No,
That's
imaginating.
you can, but imaginating isn't a word, is it? Because you shook your head. Yes, I think I saw, Peyton.
I feel like
Imaginating. That just sounds weird.
I don't think it's a word. It's not a word. Yeah. Anyway, you're imagining this world that you live in, and you have to have such focus in on the moment with the other scene partner and other actors. And so the more you're building up your imagination, I feel like it's going to help with focus.
Bring it all to
and
life.
everything.
That's why acting is so fun. Even like with my productions, like my little personal ones that
Yeah.
I've done, when I have like full cast and crew filling out restaurants or whatever, I always get a kick out of when I call action for everyone and everyone's actually like in character. And
Yeah.
it's just such a satisfying feeling to be like, and none of them have, a lot of the times I don't even have like professional actors. It's just friends, but they're willing to do it. And I just get a kick out of watching back the footage after. And I'm like, oh, you all just jumped into that dumb world I made. And that is so fun that you were all on the same page just to be a part of like this fake little scene that doesn't really exist, but we were all on board to bring it to life. It's such a fun concept that people do for a living.
It is, but I think your friends also jump into it so happily and with all their heart is because I can only imagine, and because of what you showed me, how professional your shoots must be.
They are fun. I definitely approach them with professionalism.
Yeah.
And put a lot into them.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Because
So
I love
it's
the
not-
art. And that's all because I love the art of building a fake world and creating a scene that I think is fascinating.
Right. Because if you're... I was telling Peyton this the other day. I helped him shoot something with...
Oh, and then you burned it after? You guys shooting bodies and burning them now?
I know. I helped him shoot his just a little thing. Basically, I dress up in this armor.
This cat? Okay.
Yeah. The cat thing. Yeah, I know. It was a failed attempt.
It wasn't, but go on.
It was.
Tell me about the armor.
No, it was the knight in shining armor kind of thing that he needed for a video game. And so he just took me out back to that green screen, and we filmed some movements, and he knew exactly what he wanted.
By the way, we just replaced the blue screen in here with the green one. There's a pole. Oh, I'll show you once we get off, but where we have bands performing there.
Yes.
We always have a blue pull down screen, and it's interchangeable now because Tommy and I picked up a green one this week as well.
Oh,
so
nice.
now we have a green screen in here, but I know that brick wall out there is great. I've used it for a number of videos.
Oh.
Back to your green screen armor video, but I figured I'd tell you it's a really good one in there, good lighting.
Well, right. But I was telling him because he knew what he wanted. He knew exactly what he needed. It was so quick and everything. It made me happy to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to do it. As opposed to someone who you're like, hey, can you be in this thing and show up at this time? And they show up and they're not there. They're
It's
like,
all
hey,
over
we're
the
on our
place.
way.
They're
Yeah.
asking you what to do.
And it's like, no, dude, I was on a shoot like that recently, and I'll tell you about it afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah, it was literally what you just said. What do you think? Like that? Yeah, that's what happened. Anyway, that drives me crazy whenever you don't respect it enough to have the professionalism of knowing exactly what you want, how you're doing it. Yeah, problems will happen during shooting. That's fine, but yeah, man, I can't wait to see your progress in the acting world. I think it's gonna be great. And since you know comedy, you have a basis with comedy. I'm curious to see how that evolves, but also the drama stuff. That you
Yeah,
do.
which is what I'm excited for because that's going to be a fun challenge for me. And that's what I'd love to do is some good drama stuff. Because comedy, absolutely. But I've never done too much drama myself with stuff.
So archetypical roles that immediately I could see you being pitched out as for roles. The tech guy in any kind of guest spot role.
I'll take it. Matches one of my headshots.
Abusive boyfriend who ends up being the murderer in any kind of like NCIS or Law and Order.
Count
kind of
me
thing.
in for that.
Abusive boyfriend is also, it's a classic role. It's a classic role in any of those things. Next door friend, like the next door neighbor kind of thing, being friendly and everything like that. You could definitely play that as well. So those are like your thing. College kid, you could still play college once you shave.
What about elementary school? I think I could play that still. Yeah. No, but I appreciate to hear that though, because when I had my headshots done, the guy was telling me about some things he could see me doing, and he said some of those as well.
Yeah.
So.
We got it right. Hey guys.
Is that the actual show? We're done?
Well, on Idobi Radio,
okay,
we
cool.
are done for the live segment. Thank you for tuning in live. The show does continue on, and if you want to listen or watch the whole show, make sure you visit idobiradio.com or visit our YouTube channel to watch the whole episode, and make sure you subscribe to us there. Thanks for tuning in live. Thank you to the aliens for coming to Earth. We appreciate you guys. All right, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
That's cool that the photographer said those things. So
yeah.
Now you know that, you know.
And the place I happened to get my headshots done was actually like 4 buildings down that way. Like it was right next to Idobi, and I didn't realize that when I booked it.
Oh, nice.
But it was, the Tom's Diner. Have you ever seen that? Just
Yes.
kidding. Never mind. Oh, yeah. So it's like up on the corner here.
Yeah.
It was just before that. So it was really close.
Oh, nice.
So that was cool. But yeah, on my productions, which I've been taking a break from so I could focus on acting because those things are exhausting. But because I did that last one with Katie. And I should have had you drop by just to even check it out. Cause
the mechanic thing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I saw it. It was funny.
Because I would have loved if you could have seen the behind the scenes, because I think you would have appreciated the tight ship that I put together. Because there's like multiple production binders floating around, call sheets all around. Everyone's position is listed. They all know what they're doing. No one has questions. And then you have shoots like yours that you did where they were coming to you. So tell me about that story.
I definitely can't say it on air.
Oh, you can't?
No. I'm trying to figure out what parts I will say. I was really disappointed. I'll say this because
I feel like that'll
was
just
a
take you
favor.
out of the moment too. Like if it's like a shitty experience where it's just not a kind of well-oiled machine, it's just kind of like a bummer.
Not only that, if the final product was good, I've been like, whatever.
Yeah.
But the final product was something that was inexcusable,
Mm-hmm.
to be completely frank. There were so many mistakes in it that were so basic that I was like, you called in a favor for this? For you made this is a favor. You asked me for this? And so it was slightly insulting at the end.
Kind of left a bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah, a big one. But lesson learned.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. Yeah, man. I don't know. I think there's no excuse for not having something look or sound good nowadays at all.
No. And that's one thing that I love about filmmaking now, if you're serious about it, is you have access to, for a pretty reasonable price, to buy professional grade stuff. Like from lights to cameras to audio. I mean, there's really no excuse to not have at least that stuff. And if you can't own it, you can rent it. You can, yeah.
So I was on Amazon Prime looking up some paranormal horror films.
I hate their interface of Prime Video.
I agree. It's shitty. It's really shitty. You know what's even worse than that?
That experience on your buddy's shoot that you did where they
Exactly. No, YouTube's interface whenever you're on a video on Apple TV and you're trying to look through more videos.
I don't know Apple TV's interface.
To you know what I'm talking about or no? Oh, okay, yeah, it's not good. They need to update that. Anyway, found some amazing bad paranormal horror
Movies?
Yeah, and some of them are so bad where I'm like, I have to maybe invite you guys over to see this because it was
Invite
so
Tommy
bad.
too. Tommy would get a kick out of that.
Yeah?
He loves bad movies.
Oh my god, I can't wait. Well, bad movie night. We gotta start. We need. We gotta do it. Isaiah's schedule lives fucking 2 hours away now.
I don't care.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, no, that's actually something we want to start doing. Do bad movie nights. Maybe we can get a projection or everybody's in the studio there and we can all watch it. I think that'll be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Oh man. Oh,
Which
dude.
do you have a favorite bad movie that's like
Yes.
terrible?
Yes.
What is it?
Stitcher, and that's our first one we're gonna watch.
I've never seen it.
It's. No one. Thank you for saying that. No.
Every week, or depending on how long the hangout is, because it could be multiple movies at a time. It could be like, we're just gonna fucking hang all night and watch movies. Mine would be Freddy Got Fingered.
Oh, no. This is so much worse than that. This is like really, really.
Damn it!
bad.
I'm trying to think of terrible terrible movies.
Oh, you're in for a treat, Mr. Major.
Oh, count me in.
Oh my God, it makes my heart so happy because with this film, The Stitcher, the director of it and the behind the scenes stuff was very cocky.
Oh, they had behind the scenes.
Oh, and you know what she said? She said, yeah, I went on these film shoots and they have like 30 people. They're standing around doing nothing. And look at us. We're like a 3-person crew and we made this film.
And it shows.
Oh, it shows big time. Yeah. Anyway, this was a lot of fun, man.
It was. I'm glad we could chat about aliens, Blink-182, whatever else we mentioned, and acting.
Bad Movie Night is, I think, something that...
That could just be the name. Bad Movie Night.
We're definitely going to do more of. We got to figure out a way if we can play the actual movie in the middle so people can watch it while they're watching us.
Oh, so you mean like during like a stream? I just realized that. So you mean during like a broadcast?
Well, not an actual broadcast. We want to upload them to YouTube. And we
have to make like a condensed fair use version. Well, we definitely couldn't play the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I was going to say maybe if it's small enough you could reach out to the company, but I don't think they just want to stream out of people shitting on their product, so never mind.
I think what I'd like to do is put a time code.
Yeah.
And maybe we tell people where they can watch that version.
A lot of people do that. We can just upload our audio by itself, the full audio, and people can time it up. We can because I want people to watch it with us. Yeah.
Because this Stitcher thing, when you said condensed version, I'm like, bro, this thing is mostly 90% gold material. Like, you can't condense this.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, it's so bad.
I'm interested. Let's have a Bad Movie Night soon, boys.
We will do it. All right. Nick Major Show, Tuesdays.
Yep, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific.
On Idobi Radio. And you do Idobi News.
Yep,
When do you
Idobi
do
News. Every Friday we drop a video version, and it runs on the station throughout the weekend.
that? Okay, cool. Awesome. Great. Dude, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me on.
Play us out, Peyton. Hey, thanks everybody for tuning in. If you're listening on YouTube or watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you want to get notifications when the latest episode comes up, as soon as Friday morning hits, hit that bell icon as well. And thank you if you're listening on Spotify. You've following us there. We appreciate it. If you're on Apple Podcast listening to us, leave us a review. It goes a long way, helps us get up there in the algorithms. And we're also on all the social media platforms. Always remember to listen, think, and then talk. Bye, guys.